If you were any better, there'd be two of you.
This week on iTunes, no matter your relationship status, mark Valentine's Day with island love songs in English, French, and Mi'kmaq. Plus, continue celebrating Black History Month as the Umbrella Collective sits down for the iTunes microphones. Yous ready, PEI? Let's get her done! Hello, Prince Edward Island. I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to iTunes for the week of February 11th, 2024. Let me be your Valentine as we careen toward what, in my more cynical days, I used to call the dreaded VD. And thank you for being my Valentine through listening to and supporting this podcast. It's good to know you're out there. Now this year, for all of us who call the island our home, Valentine's Day may end up meaning getting walloped with another winter storm when we've just barely recovered from the last one. But in general, what does V-Day mean anyway? Aside from being pressured into buying things for loved ones or having a usually unwanted single status emphasized, most of us have been on both sides of that coin. Now, apparently there was a Valentine of Rome who lived in the 3rd century. He was imprisoned for helping persecuted Christians, then killed for these acts. Romantic, right? As is typical with historical events that go too far back to be accurately documented, details that may or may not be true got added to Valentine's story. One such detail says he performed weddings for Christian soldiers who were forbidden to marry by the Roman Empire, thus tying the love thing into the saga. So, a martyred saint somehow translates into flowers, chocolates, and gushy cards? Oh, well, why not? That's our holidays for you. And far be it for me to ignore a holiday, at least here on iTunes, so while we're defining things literally, let's begin our Valentine's celebration with a song that does just that. La Funk has been making the island boogie since they released their debut EP Le Disco last spring. Nico Romero is their guitarist. Now, stay with me. As Nicolas Romero, Nico decided to have some fun and do away with the usual metaphor of the heart by writing lyrics about the more factual and medical definitions of the organ. It's fun, it's danceable, and it starts off the Valentine's Day hoopla as only iTunes can. Nicolas Romero with My Heart. Enough to get your arteries and ventricles going, at 104 beats per minute, that is.
Guess what is beating? Guess what is pumping me inside? All inside. It is probably red, and maybe weighs about 200 grams, or even more than that. You'll know when it's beating up inside, and you start to feel alive. Yeah. You'll think it has something with a feeling, protected by a ceiling, but it really has another meaning. My heart, it was keeping soul alive. My heart, it is always beating hard, beating at 60 beats per minute, flowing blood all the way up to your body, and you don't feel sorry. It always keeps you able of doing things that couldn't be capable for a start, and just give it why. My heart.
Mechanical organ that is constantly beating your specific blood type. It has 4 very different combinated blood valves. And I'm sure you know that their red ones are the artery, which function like your battery. The blue ones are the veins, which will take your width away. And we have the capillaries, which connect the arteries. What? With the veins, you fool. So go ahead and start being cool, cause you wouldn't know what these knowledge do. Sure, it will heal wounds, protect it from the truth, but it will help you get the conscious, the antibody structure, sending out very stable pressure, living you with pleasure. And when you feel your heart going on and on, you'll know that heart is her only song.
My heart, it was keeping soul alive. My heart, it is always beating hard, beating at 60 beats per minute, unbelievable for a start. And just feeling why.
Like a flame in the wind. 6 a.m. at sunrise, wrong side of the bed. I know I gotta wake up, but what's it gonna take? Then I think of you. Suddenly I'm wide awake. His unpredictability is so mysterious. Make sure when I see him I don't make a fuss. In the same room, I suddenly feel safe, and he looks at me and I quake. The way you do what you do, the way that you laugh, the way that you stare, those awful comebacks, the way you laugh when you cry. Don't know that I try so hard not to say those 3 words to you. The way you do what you do. He welcomes with affection when I see him every day, claiming that we're best friends. Yeah, I know it's cliche, and half of me is fighting to burst out and scream, I love your everything, everything. There's only one condition, and you'll guess it either way. There's another sleeping beauty who stole his heart away. It's a sweet, sweet misery, and I'm not a princess, but I know he could confess. He loves the things that I do, the way that I laugh, the way that I stare, my awful comebacks. He loves my baby blue eyes. Can't see that I'm dying to hear all those words and for them to be true. The way you do what you do.
Our very own Dolly Parton, Jessica Gallant, with The Way You Do What You Do from her 2016 self-titled album. I mentioned Dolly because Jessica has earned raves stepping into the backwoods Barbie's high heels and infamous cup size, and Jessica will again be portraying Dolly in Becoming Dolly as part of the Charlottetown Festival this summer. So call up Jolene, put on your coat of many colors, and get ready to take in Jessica as Dolly when you're done with that 9 to 5. It can be easy to forget in this whacked-out world we've been living in the past several years that absolutely everybody needs love. We need to get it, but we also need to give it. And that's true if you're white, black, polka-dotted, or Mi'kmaq. Maybe the subject of love is not something we English speakers associate with Mi'kmaq music, since often the songs are about culture or the repercussions of our culture's horrible treatment of our First Nations brothers and sisters. But, surprise! Love is universal, and that means for those of Mi'kmaq heritage as well, it's gesalatl in that language. Further proof of this comes to us from the Mi'kmaq Heritage Actors with this recording of Mi'kmaq Love Song, brought to you with love on iTunes.
This is our Mi'kmaq love song.
Me be
Eric Rogerson, Jason McNally, and Adam Goday. Sorry, I can't bring myself to say Goody. Better known as the trio Ghost Town with This Heart You Hold from last year's Ghost of Saturday Night EP. They formed in 2021 and soon found themselves recognized as one of CBC Music's Searchlight Top 100 Emerging Artists. Keep that searchlight burning though, because they are hard at work on their new album Pleasure and Consequences, slated to come out later this year. Coming up, yet another love language in this parade of Valentine's Day themed songs by PEI artists, and getting showered by the love of the Umbrella Collective. All right, let's face it, it ain't all hearts and flowers out there. Sometimes love just downright sucks, and Valentine's Day can just make it worse. Relationships gone bad, exquisite and or unbearable longing, being perpetually single, all the while all these fools out there are holding hands and slobbering on each other and giving each other cards. And yeah, we've all been there. Maybe some of you are there this year. So trust me, I see you. And it's your turn for acknowledgement via a slate of PEI songs that cover the underbelly of love that there just aren't Valentine's Day cards for. Let's start with Soul Filter, who doesn't filter out uncomfortable emotions in their lyrics, even while creating catchy melodies. This is from their 2018 album, A Minor Conspiracy, and it's a question we've all asked ourselves at one time or another. How do I forget you? On iTunes.
We've known each other for some time. Through thick and thin, we've been right by each other's side. But there are some things we just can't hide. Words unspoken, hearts left broken. I can't cry. Didn't we even try?
Trevor Lowell Clements, the barn cat himself, and you're listening to isletunes. Keep on listening.
The clock is gonna turn back soon. The season is already changing. We say goodbye for the final time. My room needs rearranging. The sidewalk is full of people and leaves, and we're all turning colors. I want more radiance and less green. This season is my perfect lover. Long nights for more dreaming. Short days to feel real and fast. Sweaters for my heart's safekeeping. For my soul's heaving through the cold of winter to last. The clock is gonna turn back soon. I've an eye upon its fixtures. The wall waits patiently for the sun's first rays, and the day no one's there to witness. We gave it a good go. No, I guess we can't exist in this. So I'm gonna celebrate this new year with all the good witches. Little chocolate bars are for little kids. I want a cauldron and the nourishment that comes with it. This broke me down. No, I'm not fixed yet. I broke myself open for this, made a space that you could fit in. And clocks and hearts and time keep going, but we didn't. The clock tick-tocks and I walk alone like I'm used to. I wanted to call your bones home, but I didn't get to. Your shoulder, stop over, and I guess I had to. I was lonely from no love, and you showed me what it could do. You showed me what I would do when I had some, but it is not to be with you. And I've been sad enough, and I've been mad some, but what good does that do? The leaves are not upset that they're leaving their branches. Things change, time passes, death happens. And what happened surely changed me. And the hereafter is full of sadness that is raw and also so sweet. Cause every time a cold heart thaws, it sends a river of tears to nourish the ground and the weight of the sea. I bow my head to praise and remember this. Look up again, greet my eyes. This is a eulogy for you and me. I won't forget. Still I'll let go just the same. I bow my head to praise and remember this. Look up again, greet my eyes. This is a eulogy for you and me. I won't forget. Still I'll let go just the same. Wait, end it?
Summerside native Tanya Davis, PEI Poet Laureate, queer interdisciplinary artist, writer of poems, songs, monologues, speeches, and other things, as Bandcamp says. That's Eulogy for You and Me from Tanya's 2010 album Clocks and Hearts Keep Going. And what else is there to do after you've buried a relationship? You keep going. That's also true if you're coming up against yet another Valentine's Day and you're still single. You keep going. I'm not speaking from personal experience, you are. Yes, this is a Valentine's Day edition of iTunes, and have you ever noticed that a good damn chunk of songs that are out there, whether from uber mainstream artists or your favorite independent artist, on island or off, are about love? From mush and gush to the brokenest of broken hearts, there's a song for it. I'd even hazard to say songwriters cover this subject too much. Maybe that's what Arsenal Mills was thinking when they wrote Songs About Love for their 2021 Lovesick and Broke EP, which admittedly does venture into the hopeful while straddling the line of despondency. To me, it's an 80s power ballad throwback, kind of like Bryan Adams and Bon Jovi had a baby. There's a thought. Arsenal Mills, Songs About Love, isletunes.
They say you need someone to tell you now, show you how. Guess they forgot about me. I've never been the one to say it, never been the one to play the game that cuts so easily. They're always singing all these songs about love and what it is, singing all these songs about that sweet, sweet love, that if I'm strong enough, maybe someday I'll see there's a sweet, sweet love for me. Love won't let you wander, it'll hold you tight. It won't keep you guessing all through the night. Love will take you in as a friend, and it'll spit you out as a better man. Always singing all these songs about love and what it is, singing all these songs about that sweet, sweet love, that if I'm strong enough, maybe someday I'll see there's a sweet, sweet love for me. So I won't just run and hide There's a sweet, sweet love for me. There's a sweet, sweet love for me. Yeah, a sweet, sweet love for me. Sweet, sweet love for me. Oh, no one's gonna take it from me. No, no one's gonna take it from me. No, I need a sweet love. I need a sweet love. I need a sweet, sweet, sweet love. They say you need someone to tell you now, show you how. Guess they forgot about me.
On continue de glisser en tentant d'escalader un mur de 200 étages fait de regrets et de rage. Mon debout sur mon dos, peut-être que c'est ce qu'il te faut. Si tu te rends de l'autre côté, pourrais-tu revenir m'aider? Y'a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, comme une voile dans le vent. Y'a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Qu'est-ce qu'il cherche chaque soir? Qu'est-ce qu'il veut acheter au noir? Une étincelle, un éclair, dans une veine, à quoi ça sert? Où est mon job? Où est mon chat? Si tu me cherches, je serai au bar. Est-ce qu'on cherche à s'évader de ce qui pourrait nous sauver? Y'a que l'amour nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, comme une voile dans le vent. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tant de colère, tant de haine, tant de bagages que l'on traîne en essayant de satisfaire. On s'embrouille dans nos affaires, une autre bataille, une autre guerre, 2 pas de l'avant, 3 en arrière. Essayons de s'entendre sur les choses qu'on doit défendre. Y a de l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, comme une voile dans le vent. Y a de l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, comme une voile dans le vent. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, une voile dans le vent. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps, comme un phare dans la nuit, une voile dans le vent. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide en ces temps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide. Y a que l'amour qui nous guide.
Lenny Gallant, a guy who's so full of love for his fellow man, he's got to express it in 2 languages. That's Y a que l'amour, there is only love, from his 2002 album Le Vent Poème. And isn't it true? Isn't it true that there's only love? And that includes self-love, which is something that's easy to forget as romantic love takes over Valentine's Day. Self-love is perhaps even more important, because if you don't love yourself, how can someone else love you? A message I'm pretty sure Lenny himself could appreciate. Now, so far we've covered affairs of the heart from, if not every conceivable angle, at least from several. But what about love from inanimate objects? Hey, it could happen. Just ask Dan Dwarin, who's got over 40 years' experience as a guitarist. There are those who say they don't recognize him without a guitar strapped on. So, what happens when an object of affection is so hot that said guitar starts catching feelings? If you're Dan, you get the title track from his 2011 album, Even My Guitar Is in Love With You. It's here on iTunes, and I personally have never been a guitar's object of desire, though a tambourine did hit on me once.
It wasn't complicated, so how did it go so wrong? I was a simple man with a simple plan, just trying to write some songs. When did I stop feeling my honey turned to blue? Then a second glance and a late night slow dancing. Now even my guitar is in love with
Maybe it's the way you threw me on the mattress when you took me upstairs, asked me to practice a New Year's kiss. Well, before it happened, right then and there's when I started mapping out our life together, with joy and laughter. Baby, you and me is a happy ever after. Now I know not to wake you before 9:15 in the morning comes. Now I know which clothes not to put in the dryer. And oh yeah, babe, you set my world on fire. If this love's working, then why would we retire? Happy little life we've made. And I don't have to say I love you most. You can tell by the way I rub your toast with a little bit of butter, little bit of jelly. Sing you love songs from Waylon and Willie. And even when we're fussing, even when we're fighting, see, I learned something new. Baby, you enlighten me, even if it takes a couple of days to see the wise words that you said. Now I know which clothes not to put in the dryer. And oh yeah, babe, you set my world on fire. If this love's working, then why would we retire? Happy little life we've made. Ain't it kind of funny that we celebrated 9 months together on Labor Day? No? Just me? Okay. And I hope we never accidentally leak our nudes. I swear you pee outside more than most dudes. If you were a Pokemon, I would choose you to spend forever with. Now I know which clothes not to put in the dryer. And oh yeah, babe, you set my world on fire. If this love's working, then why would we retire? Happy little life we've made. Well, things could change in the matter of a minute, and time stands still when we're pushing the limits. And my life's better so long as you're in it. Happy little life we've made. Happy little life we've made. It's a happy little life we've made.
Sometimes there really is a happily ever after. Or at least a happily right now, which is a lot less fairy tale and much more achievable. PEI country crooner extraordinaire Lawrence Maxwell with Happy Little Life from his 2022 Ballad of Miles album. Or is that Ballad of Kilometers? As an American expat, I'm never sure. Whether it be ballads or hard rockin' bangers, even at this wintry time of year, there's no shortage of island acts readying to take the stage just a few miles or kilometers away from yous. I'll tell y'all where to find them, and after that I'll throw down with the Umbrella Collective. And they collect silky smooth jams, not umbrellas. Wednesday, February 14th, assuming the rumored storm doesn't postpone it, Valentine's Songwriters Circle with Shane Pendergast, Nick Donoff, and Dennis Ellsworth. They are at the Trailside Music Hall. Friday, February 16th, it's Radiant Rural Halls from the Parlor with Julie Pelissier Lush, Dylan Menzie, and more. They are at Glenaladale Schoolhouse in Trackety Cross. Also, February 16th, Trevor Lowell Clements and the Barncat Poetry Beat. They're at Baba's Lounge. Saturday, February 17th, Brooke and Brad Country Classics with Brooke MacArthur and Brad Milligan. They're at the Trailside. Also on the 17th, Norder is at Baba's Lounge, and Sounds for Ceasefire with Emily McClellan, Story Thorburn Shido, and the Umbrella Collective. They are playing at Howie's Loft on the 17th. Looking into next week, February 18th, Fiddler's Sons are at King's Playhouse in Georgetown, and Nathan Wiley is at the Trailside. February 21st, it's the Jack Pine Folk Club with Mike Ross, Cam McDuffie, Shane Pendergast, and poet Sadie McCarney at the Poorhouse in Charlottetown. February 23rd, More Soul is at the Trailside. February 24th, Logan Richard is at Copper Bottom Brewing in Montague. And also on the 24th, Songs for Winter's Night, celebrating the music of Gordon Lightfoot with Shane Pendergast and Nudie at the Scott McCauley Performing Arts Center in Summerside. We are back in the isletunes studio, also known as my basement. Now, continuing the attempt to amplify Black History Month, I have, well, 1/3 of a band that is truly a demonstration in diversity. They've taken the sounds of hip-hop, R&B, neo-soul, and Afrobeat and molded them into something that is truly their own. Not to mention, pretty much as soon as their debut album, Welcome to Studio UC, dropped, it earned both Music PEI and ECMA Awards nominations. Here today are two representatives from the Umbrella Collective. Okay, so I'm really glad you're here. Tell us your names and what your parts are in the band.
My name's Tamara, and I am the bass player, and I do some vocals as well.
Yeah, my name is Loic, and I'm a vocalist. I'm there.
Good, I like that. Now, there are 6 of you. Who are we missing?
We're missing C. Ruth, who is the other primary vocalist, along with Loic. We're missing Sidhu, who is our keyboard player and also producer.
Executive producer, record producer, all titles.
Produces everything.
Produces everything, makes all the sounds. And we're missing our guitar player, Mark Steele, who's my husband. And we're missing our drummer, who's Jonathan Holmes.
Cool. I would have liked to have had all of you here, but only so much room.
Yeah.
So the basement's only so big. How did you guys come together, and what inspired the name Umbrella Collective?
So I can say, like, what inspired the name Umbrella Collective is from Charlie Ruth.
The Umbrella Collective comes from actually a photo of Charlie's mom.
Really?
Yeah. So Charles's mom's name is Ruth, and there's this photo of Ruth, of her holding this umbrella, this like tricolor umbrella. And it's just a beautiful picture of her that he really loves. And when we were thinking of a name, he had already been using that umbrella based on that photo as a brand name for Ruth's Media, which is a brand that he carried. And we brought that over into the collective, and we call it the Umbrella Collective. And it just became a defining symbol of what we do somehow.
Well, and it also works because it's an umbrella. You're all under this umbrella of music that you make with this certain style that you have. And it is a very unique style, I think.
Thank you.
Now, you're all from different places and ethnicities, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nationalities anyway. Yeah.
Right. You're from...
I'm from Rwanda.
Right.
Yeah, we have Nigerian representation. We have Canadian representation, but everyone who's Canadian is from a different province. Who else? That's and India. Yes.
Oh, wow.
India.
Yeah. See, so it totally works. What is the collaboration process when there are 6 of you?
Well, that's a good question.
How does that work? Obviously, it does.
It works in many different ways. So, like, sometimes you'll bring a song that you've already started working on, or sometimes Charles might bring a song that he's already started working on. Sometimes it starts with me being like, hey, check out this bass line I just made up right now. A lot of the times it's somebody fiddling something, whether it's a drum beat or a guitar riff or a bass line or something, that Sid just happens to be like, hang on, let's record this.
Before we forget.
Yeah, and then it becomes a song somehow. Somebody puts a verse on it or makes up a freestyle, and then we're like, oh, we like that, and then we keep it like it's all very organic.
Yeah, we just build on everything. Like, we start with the basic, like you said, bass line, something, and then we all just come up with our own ideas, and we just layer it up, and it brings up something magical.
And you're all so in tune with each other that it just sort of blends together, like you said, organic.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one thing that gets said so often, and like we do all of our rehearsing and recording in my living room.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So there's like one thing that gets said often is, got anything else? So if we're recording something or if we're creating something, Sid will say, got anything else? Got anything else? And it feels almost like not like you can't say no, but like no isn't the right first answer. So we just keep coming up with stuff until we feel like the song
and finding
is done.
new inspiration and things to contribute to what's going on in the moment.
I think if we were to sit down and say, okay, let's write a song. Who's got an idea? Then I feel like we wouldn't come up with ideas. I think the inspiration comes from each of us. So instead of putting the parameter of, okay, let's write a song right now, let's start with the bass line. Tamara, what do you got? It's like, it's not like that, right?
Yeah,
or
no.
who's got a verse that we can start with? It's more like, if I have an idea, I'm going to be just sitting and fiddling, and something might come up that I really like, and I'll say, hey, listen to this. And then that will make Mark think of, just kind of fiddling on his guitar. This actually sounds good with that. And then you might come up with a line, or Charlie might come up with a line, and we might be like, oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
And then that prompts more and more. So we're feeding off of each other.
Yeah, so one inspires the next. And did you guys even begin to imagine when you were working on Welcome to Studio UC that it would end up getting all these nominations? I mean, how do you feel about it?
I think when we first started recording, we didn't even know we were recording an album. It was like Sid got some new recording gear and was like, can we bring it to the house? Yeah. Can I bring my gear to the house? And we were like, why wouldn't you bring your gear to the house? and then from there, it was just like they were recording everything, every sound that was coming out, they were recording it. And so we'd be like, oh, I wish that was so good. I wish we had recorded it. And they'd be like,
but we did.
But we did. But I feel like we started recording just because we were like, let's see what this feels like. And then we got wind of some deadlines. Yeah. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we could make this an album and we could meet these deadlines. Mm-hmm. So we definitely were working towards applying. But I think it was less about let's get awards and more about let's give ourselves a deadline so we can do this thing.
Yeah, because it's easy to just go, oh, well, we'll just keep working on it.
Yeah.
Until the cows come home. But
yeah, and we could have as many times as we were like, I just wish I had more time with that, and I wish we could have changed that, and I wish we could have done that differently.
Yeah, and I feel like we will probably still be working on the tape, if knowing how really we want to make something sound the way we thought of it.
Yeah,
we will still be in there, like.
But then so the deadline kind of lit a fire under you, but then you guys lit a fire under Music PEI, so there too. Wow. See, worked that in there. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just they always say just being nominated is an honor, but it is.
It
really is. But I hope you guys win. So, do you feel that representation of Black artists on PEI is improving, or do you think there's still room for improvement?
I think both of those things are true at the same time.
Yes.
I think there are definitely more. I wouldn't say I think, I say I know there are definitely more Black artists here than there were 5-10 years ago. Let alone 25 years ago when I moved here. Representation's a funny word though, because like in terms of are we here, do we exist, Black artists? Yes. Are we being represented properly? No.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to get your take on it.
Yeah. So there is improvement, and there's been improvement in spaces like Music PEI, for example. But in terms of like management, in terms of management for Black artists, venues for Black artists, venues for Black music, whether it's hip hop or R&B or Afrobeat, or there's no venues that really want to showcase those types of music unless it's a kind of diverse showcase specifically, right? And that's there's exceptions to that, of course. I'm not saying that's across the board, but it's it's tough out there. But it is getting better, but there's still a lot to be done.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. What is the most important message that you want to send with your music?
I think for this album, we're sticking with radiating love and integrating community.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of positivity in our album. We talk a lot in the house about our relationship as a group of humans who interact on such a regular basis. And, we talk a lot about authenticity in those relationships. And in doing that, I think we build community amongst ourselves. Yes. I think that level of positivity and love shows through our music, I think.
Is there anything else that you want people to know about the Umbrella Collective?
One thing you should know is that all of us really do this from a place of love within ourselves. And after this, with the collective, each of it could be me or Sid or Charlie, as individuals, we carry the same energy. And that's what we want to put out there. And so you might see me by myself maybe at a show just for myself, but you'll still feel that UC energy. That's what I think I can put out there.
I love that.
I love that too. Since Valentine's Day is almost here, let's stick with a theme and play a track from Welcome to Studio UC, Find a Way to Your Heart. Yay. Tamara, Loic, so awesome to have you guys here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Let's hit it.
Yeah. UC.
Find a way to your heart. It's a start and a way to listen. It's time to be free on wishing. Find a way to your heart, it's simple. Find a way to your heart, it's simple. Find a way to your heart. It's the start and a way to listen. It's time to be free on wishing. Find a way to your heart, it's simple. Find a way to your heart, it's simple. Find a way to your heart, it's simple. Find a way to your heart. Find a way to your heart. Find a way.
Bars or words like this can move with ease. Adjust the fact that your heart is light. In the middle of the night, it can shine so bright. Trust. And when we fly or move around town, we bring our own sound. You see, and the vibes are up or down. Either way, it's fast now going off in a minute. I never had to be timid about it. I'm living life to the max. I'm bringing you energy. That is how we evolve. Shedding love to the core. Backslide a little like MJ. Sounds will come. The beginning of press play. Leg day. Never want to miss the beginning of strength. And the way we pray in the night or day is a sign that words don't fall on deaf ears. Next year, this time we're just air. Next year, this time we're just air.
I've been on the law for a minute now. I don't know what's up or what's going down. I just know I'm blessed and my spirit high. I just know I'm blessed and I'm collecting up and you know it's fire. You get with us, you ain't gotta lie. Elevate your energy and find peace. Between the lines and find me. But you can do 5 and 3rd. Trying to make a difference through flows and verbs. Grew up on the street, we ain't had a curb. 5-a-side games, no dirt, no turn. Found my piece to me some pieces. Ever since the boys been me up in Reese's. Spot the snake right before we hisses. So step on that bitch, screaming, thank you, Jesus.
The Umbrella Collective from last fall's album Welcome to Studio UC. That was Find a Way to Your Heart, finishing up both this iTunes homage to the many facets of love PEI songs have to offer, and this hat tip to the second week of Black History Month. February ain't over yet, so count on lifting up yet another Black Island artist next week thanks to the iTunes microphones. So iTunes has been available on YouTube for 2 weeks now, and you know what I've learned in that 2 weeks? That you guys prefer to listen to iTunes on YouTube. Therefore, be secure in the knowledge that all episodes are listenable on that platform. Of course, in addition to ye old podcast providers and iTunes.ca, where I also put up links to where you can buy the music you hear on the show. I post those links on the iTunes Facebook and Instagram accounts as well, so head on over to both and throw up a like. How about it? I would like to spread some Valentine's love by giving props to Jackie Robichaux, who's become a super fan of sorts. She not only voiced this week's opening island catchphrase, but she's done a little behind-the-scenes sleuthing for me and dug up a pot of gold. You'll find out what's in that pot soon, but in the meantime, thank you so much, Jackie. You're like butter. You're like, I can't believe it's not butter. Spray. As for the rest of yous, if you want to get a recording of yourself having an island catchphrase issue forth from your mouth, it's super easy. Send an audio file to amj@alltunes.ca or leave a voicemail at 902-807-4250. These are also ways you can comment on the show, suggest artists, or let me know where to find vintage island songs. The more vintage, the better. The scale's still tipped too far into current offerings over here for my taste. Did you know that you can support iTunes by becoming a subscriber through Patreon? Well, of course you do. I only mention it every episode, but it's true. $5 a month gets you access to all the full, unedited interviews recorded for this show, and recorded on video at that. Subscribe indefinitely, or for just 1 month, you can still watch a lot of videos in 30 days. Patreon.com/isletunes makes it happen, and every penny, well, make that nickels since we haven't had pennies in circulation since 2012, goes toward the production of this podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep spreading the word about iTunes and help it cover more of the island like the do than The Guardian. If you're liking what I'm trying to do here, just tell someone about it. And then tell someone else. And tell them to tell someone else. See how that goes? I'll make it worth all y'all's while by continuing to put together a show that's all PEI all the time. Musical contribution to the iTunes theme by Kayla McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. I'm Adam Michael James, and that's what we call Valentine's Day around here. And you know, love shouldn't just happen on February 14th. Love, and not just the romantic kind, is meant to be expressed every day. So express some, and next week I'll help you with the world premiere of a brand new song by good friend Todd McLean and his friend Gurdeep Banter. Joy, hope, and positivity. And what says love more than that? Be good, PEI. And if you can't be good at it. See yous next week.